Hello class, this is your teacher Mr. McDougall with your next Premiere Pro tutorial. This will be our third and final transition type exercise. So we're going to talk about one more from the Studio Binder video called the pass-by effect. So let's talk about what that is. This is something that you've practiced before, and I'll show you how you're going to do it using the mask path effect again. So with a pass-by, again, talking about what a pass-by is and how it is used in video and the cool effect that it can create. It talks about it in this little segment from this video. We watched it in class, and feel free to watch it on your own so you can see some nice visual representations of what it looks like in cinema. But we are going to skip over this for a second so we could talk about what a pass-by is. So a pass-by is a moving object from shot 1 that covers the frame to transition into shot 2. So it's going to look something like this. So we're going to have something that moves in front of the screen to transition between shots. So we start inside. I walk in front of the screen like that, and I use my passing to transition into the next scene or the next shot. Okay, so this is what you will edit and what you will shoot again as well. So your first shot is the pass-by. So you just need a nice static shot of an area, and you're going to walk in front of the camera as you see me doing right there. And the key is to cover the entire frame from top to bottom. So when you walk in front of the camera, make sure you're not off in the distance. You need to walk so you cover the entire frame from the top, like I do right here, and the bottom. You do not want to leave any gaps, or else you won't be able to create the effect. And then shot 2 can be any kind of shot you want to take that is somewhere else. So this shot is just completely somewhere else. This first one is inside. The second one is outside. So shoot it wherever you like. It doesn't have to be another walking. It just needs to be a shot of a different location is what it needs to be. So then we're going to cut them together. So we're going to create a mask path again, like we did with the text reveal effect. And we're going to have it follow our entire body across the frame. So you will then put these shots underneath each other. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now in Premiere, but this is just a little sum up in case you forget some of the steps. And we'll create the effect as you see here. Starting inside, I walk across the frame, and my body covers the transition to shot number 2. And as usual in the previous ones, this will be 2 parts. You will create your first video from my exercise files. You will create the second video from your shots that you take, and you will turn them both in. So you're turning in 2 different videos. You'll practice right now. I'll show you how to do the effect with my exercise files. And then you will come up with your own idea where you shoot 2 shots in different locations and you walk in front of the camera. So make sure you walk in front of the camera, again, covering the entire frame from top to bottom. That's the key to this. And then just shoot shot number 2 in a totally different area so we can see that it's a nice transition. And again, don't copy my ideas, please. Take your own shots. And you'll create the simple effect in Premiere Pro. As always, our shots are very short. Our final videos for these easy effects, only 5 to 10 seconds long. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's talk about how to do that. So download today's exercise files and open them up into a new project in Premiere Pro. Pause the video if you haven't done that yet and join me again here. So we'll start with this one that says passing. This is the one that we're going to edit. The new background one we're not going to do anything to. That's just going to be the one we transition into. All the editing is going to happen on this passing one. So let's bring that one in right here. And you can see right now it's just a simple video of me walking in front of the camera. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing we did for mask path. So let's move the CTI until we need to make our mask. So we'll move it in until I start walking. You can see I start walking. I don't need the mask yet. I don't need it until I need the transition to start happening. So we're getting close to where the transition needs to happen, which is going to be right as my back starts to come out. So here's where the transition needs to start happening. So let's go back a frame. Let's go right there. So your mask, again, needs to happen right before your back gets revealed, so you can see where the other scene is. Because I don't want to see this room, I want to see the next transition. So we need to start right before my back is exposed, right there. That's where you need to start the transition. So we're going to click on our clip. We're going to go over to our video under our effect controls, because we're going to edit a mask path on this guy right here. So in case you don't remember, that's going to be under opacity right here. Click opacity, the little drop down, and we're going to create this little free draw pen icon right here. One thing that you might find helpful in this one is to zoom out of the video just slightly. You don't want to be super zoomed out like this, but get it to a point where you're just slightly zoomed out, because we're actually going to start drawing our mask off screen right here. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's click our little pen to start drawing our mask. If we come over here, we can see the mask. We're actually going to draw it off the side to the left right here. So I'm going to click, I'm just going to draw a big square or a big rectangle right here, and I'll show you why in just a moment. Close our mask, and we need to invert the mask so our video comes back. So click invert. There we go. That way it'll create a black area right here instead of all around it. So again, key point when you're doing the mask path, you must click this stopwatch right here. If you don't click the stopwatch, you're going to do a lot of work for nothing and have to start over. So click that stopwatch. It will create this blue dot and this keyframe. The mask will disappear, but then click mask 1 to bring it back. And just like before, make sure you only have one mask right here. If you click this pen a bunch of times and you have multiple masks, that's not good. We need to delete those. Right click and clear these masks. Or I'll just Command Z or Control Z to go back. Make sure you only have one. Okay, so now that we're tracking our mask, like we did before, move forward one frame at a time, and we need to start covering up right here. So I can start moving this now. We can always create more dots. So you can see right here as it bends, I need to create, if I go like that, it's going to cover up too much. So we can start making more dots. I'm going to add a dot right here. Just click with the pen to add another dot. And now you can see it starts bending like that. There we go. Perfect. And another keyframe is created. Let's go forward another frame. And let's do it again. Go here. Create more dots as needed. Like that. And I picked a pretty easy example. There we go. Make sure it looks clean. Right there. That looks good. Next frame. Move the mask over. And adjust. We want the entire screen to be black right here. So as we start moving one frame at a time, I'm going to move this over. And this is something that you will see as you're moving your mask, is this will start to pop up. So we need to extend our mask so the entire frame is black on this left side. So it's very easy to do. All we need to do is drag these corners over a little bit. So if I drag this corner all the way over like that, I can cover the whole side of the screen right here. This is why we zoomed out a little bit, to give us room to move these dots as needed. So now let's move forward again and just start adjusting right here, making sure that line just stays as clean as possible on the back of my jacket, adding more dots as needed because it does curve a little bit. Here we go. And then we're going to go all the way across the frame until the entire screen is black like this. And again, mostly you just move this over, but you can see when it starts creeping out right here, we need to start moving these dots all the way to the left so the entire screen stays black. There we go. Like that. One frame at a time as I move across the screen, creating this black frame. There we go. Nice and easy. Almost done. Moving it over. And again, once you see this, just extend those dots out so the entire screen stays black. And keep doing it until I've gone all the way across the frame and I've completely gone out of the shot and the entire screen is black. Like that. There we go. I like to move these out really far just to give myself some extra room. There we go. Almost done. Until I've completely gone out of the frame. One more ought to do it right there. And this is where you want to end, when the entire screen is black. Then you can stop animating your mask and you see everything as a keyframe, just like we did before. So if I play this back, the mask moves with me until the entire screen is black. So if I play the video so far, as I walk through, I get rid of the video clip. So now it's black. So now what we're going to do for this one, this is going to be the only transition where the video clips are not side by side. They're actually going to be stacked right on top of each other. So this clip, I'm going to move up to track V2 right here. And then the new background is actually going to go underneath it right here. So this new background is going to go underneath on track V1, and it will fill in where the black space was. You see this used to be black, now it's filled in with the clip underneath it, and that's what will create the pass by effect. So now if I play it from the beginning, ta-da, just like that. That is the pass by having a moving object go in front of the screen. So that one takes a little bit more time. It's the most difficult of all the transitions, but it is one of the cooler ones that you see in film and cinema, to have this object pass in front of the screen. So just like we did before, that is your first video with my exercise files. Next, you're going to go out and shoot your own shots, bring your own 2 shots in here, and create a new sequence for your second video. So I want you to do the exact same thing. Just do a simple shot where you have a static shot of the camera on a tripod, and then you're going to walk in front of the camera, covering the entire frame from top to bottom. That's the key, or else it won't work. And then your second shot is just going to be a shot in a totally different location. So bring these 2 shots in and create your effect. Turn them both in to the assignment, and then you'll be all set. So as always, have fun and let me know if you have any questions.